All right, guys, Shotty T here. Happy Valentine's Day. But more importantly for me, happy last war anniversary. A year ago today, I started the game. So, and as I told you guys in previous videos, that I was going to do an account tour once I got to that anniversary. So, just to kind of give you a heads up of what's coming up next. I know I said Desert Storm Live was going to be next Friday, but I have a special friend coming into town next Friday, so that I haven't seen in about a couple of years. So that's going to be during that time. I don't even know if I'm going to even do Desert Storm, period. So I have to table that. And then the following week, I already was going to be out of town. So it's kind of dangerous to be on the road driving and doing Desert Storm at the same time, live at least. I mean, sometimes I'll do it without recording, but to do all three, it's not very smart. So more than likely, you're probably going to see it in 3 weeks from today, because today I already had some planned. Even though I don't have an official Valentine, there is a celebration dinner going on tonight, so will not be available to do a live. That being said, let's talk about it. How long I've been on the game? February 14th, because the only reason why I remember that, well, first of all, I was looking. I had forgot my passwords. I had to go back and look at all my emails. And so, oh yeah, you activated your account on February the 14th, 2024. So it was pretty much when our server almost first started. When I came around, Kimberly was just a new champ. She was for 99 cents. I remember that was my first of many future purchases on the game, was buying Kimberly for 99 cents. Like, if a lot of stuff that I knew today, but now, of course, patience is always a virtue, because a lot of these champs eventually become free. The only champs, like as of today now, just now in this season, Lucius and Stedman are now free. So you would have had to wait. You would have to wait almost a whole year just to get Stedman. So I don't know if I would have had the patience to do that. But anytime you get a new champ, you can buy them literally from this store. You can just switch. Make sure you go to the hero side, because that's for the exclusive weapons. So you can get any exclusive weapon you want every day. But yeah, heroes you can get all the way through Fiona, who's the newest of all the champs, for $4.99. That way you get them, and then all it takes is just one version of them, and then from there you can just use the generic shards to level them up. So you just have to make sure that you're doing the little things to collect more shards, like sending proper trains, robbing proper trains, maximizing your daily verses, secret tasks that involve what these used to be shards, but now they're selectors, sending out the proper secret tasks. You got these hidden treasure things that can give you shards. Now, if you get like a gold, I was hoping I got gold on this video. That would have been perfect timing. But yeah, just you got to take advantage. And plus, I got First Lady buff I'm about to get for research, and actually, I might as well. So the next research, this is my research, by the way. I didn't do the most optimal games early on. Of course, the garages 1 and 4 maximized in the Alliance Duel and the truck. But the first two, they were recommended to be maximized. But I started focusing on some other stuff like this garage too. I could have held off on that. Should have focused on these two first. And then if I got time to do garage too, because once you get down here, you're pretty much mainly focused on those from moving forward. So right now, my next focus is to get more drill ground capacity. So I have to get this to level 6. So we're gonna do that there, and we're gonna do that there. And I try to use the third one to miscellaneously work on other research tasks. Like I got a tank one here. After that's done, I'm probably gonna do one of these at the very top row, because yeah, you just have to, because when it comes to the stuff that I did spend money on, I did spend a lot of money on this game. All right, but how much, I'm not gonna tell you, but I will say that it is more than a PS5 with a couple of games. So yeah, so you can kind of do the math on that. But I'm nowhere near like like I can maybe four figures, but definitely not five figures. Definitely not mid four figures. Definitely not five six. I've heard people spend over $1 million on this game, which is crazy. Just give me some of that money, because I guarantee if I had $1 million, I'm not spending it on this game. um, I could think of a whole lot of things I could spend $1 million on. So yeah, but you got people that got disposable income. Power to them. Not pocket watching. They got it. It ain't tricking if you got it. So yeah. So power to them. But if you're gonna spend any money on the game, I understand. If you want to be free to play, completely understand. If you're gonna spend any money on the game, and I talked about this before, the research queue, not the research, but the construction queue, and that second research building. I think all of those combined would be about $50 for all of that. That's like buying a new cartridge game for a console. So that's it. The rest of the stuff you can get by literally if you're efficient on what you're doing in the game, like versus the trains, the trucks, all that. Diamond, being very economic with your diamonds, which I was very terrible with early on in the game, because you can use diamonds like let's look at a building. Let's see if I can find an example like this building right here. If I want to upgrade this building right now, it would cost 3,000 diamonds. Now I would never do that, but I've done stuff almost that bad when I was trying to rush some buildings up. So patience is definitely a virtue. And so I don't know. And sometimes they'll see something like 100 diamonds. Oh, you could just upgrade it for 100 diamonds. That's it. It's just 100. In this case, 582. Oh, that's nothing. I got 50,000 diamonds. But that adds up. That adds up. So I was very terrible with my diamond spending, using them to upgrade buildings quicker than what I should have. Training troops that I didn't have to train because I didn't train them properly. So just all the inefficiencies definitely came back to roost. But I'm starting to get better with the diamonds now because I've gotten a way to be more efficient with them. And then before, early on in the game, you used to not be able to get survivors through tickets. But now you can get them through tickets now, but before they used to have like a little RNG where you'll have three survivors. They'll show you one of them like purple, blue, and sometimes green, and you'll roll the dice. They'll give you one free roll per day, and they'll let you know what your three options are, and then you have to you can let it randomly pick it for you for free, or you can spend a diamond to get rid of one of them where you have a better chance of getting a 50-50 chance of getting the one. But a lot of times they give you the worst one. Or if you just want a whole new crop of survivors, you got to spend another 1,000 diamonds. And I did that a lot. And again, that was terrible, terrible. And you guys probably, I know some of you guys cringed on that video I showed you before, way back in the day on the honor store, where I used to use these things to buy tickets, because tickets were like, I was so excited about tickets because tickets means new champs. I was using these to get for tickets instead of blueprints. I would probably have the blueprints I would have today if I wouldn't spend, because 5 tickets is the equivalent of that. Or a drone part. I used to go here for drone parts a lot. I used to go here for shards. I've done it a whole decoration chest before. So when I tell you I was very inefficient, that's an understatement. So I would definitely have more blueprints by now if I knew what I knew. So, but there's still hope because a lot of you guys haven't gotten to where I am yet. So I'm just teaching you some things to be more efficient than what I was a year later into the game. So let's look at the champs. I do have all the champs. Most of them, about half of them I purchased when they first came onto the game. They had that little weekly pass where you can get milestones, where you can get more free shards of them, and you can basically pretty much guarantee yourself 3 stars worth of shards with them, and then the rest you just kind of have to accumulate over time. So that's why all of these champs are at 5 stars, because either through getting them with the passes, or obviously just doing the right things, getting the shards from the stores. And I've gotten lucky a couple of times with the campaign chest, but it starts by doing the campaign. First of all, you get 3 chances to do it every week for each class: the tank, the aircraft, and the missile. If you're just starting, I think you have to do tank first to get to level 10, and then unlock aircraft. You have to get that to level 10, and then unlock tank or missile. I think in that order. So, but once you get to that stage, you just kind of progress yourself, and you'll get those boxes. And I think probably 10 times I've gotten the special campaign chest where you get 100 legendary shards. That's like 1,000 shards worth of stuff, and 1,000 shards goes a long way when you're leveling up these champs. So, but again, if you do all the right things, get those boxes. I mean, luck is a part of the game. I mean, some people get lucky with diamonds on the chest, where you can get 5,000 diamonds or 10,000 diamonds. So it is an RNG game at the end of the day. So so I got all the champs. Most of them are at 5 stars. That's like Monica is the one that's the lowest. She's at 3 stars, because lately I've been using any purple shards I get on either Violet or Mason, just to kind of help with the synergy purposes. This is the Wall of Fame that I have here. So I got 3 champs, 3 missile heroes at level 50 to add some boosted attack. That's my weakest class by far. My best class used to be tank, and that's why you see so many copies of these, because it's still a pretty developed squad. I just moved the weapons around and started focusing on aircraft, because when you first start the game, tank is definitely the class to be. But the deeper you get into the game, then aircraft becomes the meta, because they counter tanks, like the rock, paper, scissors that I talked about. But now you got people that spend way more money than me, that now they're focused on missiles, because missiles can outpower the aircraft, since that's what majority of people got at this stage. But at the same time, if you stay tried and true with your tanks, they can outpower those missiles. So it just depends. It helps to have balance, but this was my most developed class, so I need to get her to level 100, and that's why I need to use those purple shards for that. Once I get her to level 100, I guess I have to focus on her, because she becomes the next legendary champ. So these are all of those there. Aircraft, again, it's a work in progress. Obviously, I got 3 heroes with 100 Wall of Fame, but Lucius, Morrison, of course, Lucius just got into the free store. I think the only ones that are still not there are Morrison, Fiona, Adam. I think those are the only ones now. So that's why you don't see as many copies of other heroes. So tank is still the class that has the most depth, but aircraft definitely has some great folks. And again, it counters tank. So that's the main thing. It counters tank. That's why you have to kind of be versatile there. So as far as the buildings, pretty much everything you see here. Now, some of these decorations you can get for free. You just go here, and you scroll all the way to the right. And if you just want to place some pawns and some benches, some trees, you can just do that. So some of this is just cosmetics, but the other stuff, the decoration items, accumulated over time. Over a year, you can get a lot of stuff, a lot of decorations, many copies of them. This is the decorations trophy case that I have here. So I got a lot of them that are level 3, and then you got some that are level 5 that just are more common things to get as you go. I did get this cabriolet theme for the Valentines, by the way. That was like $9.99 there. But then you got these again. These are really easy to get for free. And then of course these things here. So that's the trophy case. Most of the buildings are close to level 30. I don't want to shake. I guess I can collect these because that doesn't matter. But I got these buildings are, I think all of these are level 27. Yeah. And then the smelters are at 29. Yeah, all of these are at 29. Cause I think to get to level 30, it takes 12 days. So I'm going to wait until other stuff develops before I focus on that. The iron, you got all of these are either 26 or 26. I did not mean to do that. And then you got 25. The food is a less of a focus because I got a surplus of food. Of course, the gold is the more rare things. I got these are higher at 28 and 29. And I think to get that to level 30, it's only 6 days. So I could upgrade those. And you got these vaults. I pretty much just use those for like versus purposes whenever I don't have anything else to start on. The Alliance Center support hub is 25. Emergency Center is 28. The Tavern is 22. HQ 32 is cooking. It'll be ready in 31 days, but I'm probably going to rush it next week because I'm just impatient once again. I'll show you my speed up inventory. I should have finished this research task. I didn't realize that was going to be done in 45 minutes. I would have rushed that over and started a new one. So I guess I'll be back into the first one. But let's just go ahead and get myself back in line for that. Might as well. Oh, gotta wait 12 minutes. Anyway, okay. What else we got here? We got these oil refineries. You get those eventually. That's in the end game as you get later. The gear factory, just go to level 20. I don't know why I went to level 21. The talent hall, just one building. This here, the component factory, you don't have to level that up crazy. Again, that's just for versus related stuff. The material workshops, I think all of these are level 26. Scout planes. These are actually helpful to get higher because if your plane can recoup stuff in Desert Storm quicker than the other, that helps. My tank center is cooking to 31. This one, the missile is at 30, and this is already at 31. We got drill grounds, 30, 29, 27, 27. Of course, the fourth drill ground can be gained through the research mastery. I think it was, which one was it? I think it was the defense fortifications. No, that's the hospital. That's the fourth hospital. I think it was somewhere. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, build an extra drill ground. So you go to the siege to seize. You can unlock that eventually once you get the special forces at a certain percent. So yeah, so that's my drill ground capacity is at 45, just over 45,000. The barracks are staggered setup. I got that to level 31 because I had to do that for HQ. And then we got 27, 24, and 21. So a good perfect stagger setup there. Hospitals, that one's being cooked to 31 because I need to have that to set up the next HQ. 30, 23, 22, and 21. We have this here. This is for the gorilla stuff, so you don't get that till later on in the game. I literally just upgraded my gorilla to level 100 finally, so I can use him in combat versus battles. This right here, again, this eventually comes later in the game with the drone parts. You have the alert tower. It's level 29. And that's going to be an expensive thing to level 30. Like some of these builds, I probably could have saved some resources. They were not as necessary to level up. So I could. So yeah, again, just being more efficient with resources. My March squad, level 22 for my third March, 23 for my second, and then my fastest one is at 26. This doesn't matter because that just with the VIP pass. And then, of course, these are just season-specific buildings, so you just can disregard those. And then for here, I'm at level 401 or 402 now. I did another one earlier today. So now early on, there were some stages I had to that were like bottlenecks. So again, you just have to be patient, develop your account, and then you can just continue to go through the stages. So yeah, so these are all the buildings. As far as the research go, again, I got 4 things at max. Could have did a better job with development and economy, because that's like the recommended like lifeblood to get those to 100 as soon as possible when you first start, and then you can start focused on other stuff. So I kind of did stuff out of order, and the deeper you go, some of this other stuff at the bottom matters more. So it's kind of hard to go back and do it after the fact. So you have to kind of do stuff the right way early on, understanding resources and how important they are, especially with the economy. Because if you combine that and regular farming each night when you're not on the game, or each day while you're at work. Let's get this. Speaking of resources, let's get these, by the way. Yeah, so if you just take advantage of every little nuance in the game, you can have a pretty solid account. Like I said, you don't have to spend thousands of dollars to like only you can spend as little as $50 and still be okay. But even if you're free to play, even if you're completely free to play, if you join an alliance of people that at least spend some type of money, then you can be successful, because you can take advantage of the alliance gifts. Like if you're in an active alliance that runs a lot of rallies, you can get just free speed ups and resources, diamonds throughout. And the higher the gift level, the higher the quality of those free items. And if they buy a lot of stuff, you can collect more resources and speed ups over there, and you could be just fine. Like, you can get enough construction speed ups. And speaking of which, let's now go to the history. So when I first started, I was not in an alliance. It probably took a week before I finally joined my first alliance, and it was a terrible alliance. The leader was definitely a pushover. We had 2 territories. There were 2 level 1 territories, and there was another alliance that just took over our territory, and we didn't, without any resistance from us. And I was too weak because I couldn't affect them at all. So there was one person that was in that alliance that left, and that I was cool with. So I followed him. To this other alliance. It was called ID2 at the time, and the leader was I think Hellhawk. So he was the leader, and then he had some officers, but then he ended up leaving for another alliance. Then someone else got promoted. Her name Noelle. So she became the leader, but it was kind of forced on her. She didn't want to be the leader, but I was kind of like the second in command. And then eventually she passed the leadership to me, and then she ended up moving on to a different alliance. And I was pretty much leader from that point on. Ended up merging with a different alliance, TTZ, the older version of them. And their merged they top half to where Hellhawk used to be, ironically. And then the rest of their people I inherited. And then another guy had tried to get us in this other group that had a higher gift level, but that leader didn't want to give it up, and he's now no longer on the game. And then we brought some other people from another alliance, 1-4B. Got a lot of cool people in there, like Captain Kitty, Rob, Spots, Maxes, a lot of cool folks. So we all merged, good, happy family. And then we ended up merging with another alliance that we were doing pretty well before we had the internal server battles. And now here we are in server 255, where couldn't be happier. Things are much more peaceful. Of course, you're going to have some competition, which is great to have, as long as it's healthy competition. So looking forward to this season with this new group. So the last thing I'm going to show you guys is my, I guess two things. One thing I'm going to show you is my VIP level. So the VIP level, so this is probably where I spent most of my money on the game, because all of these things that you see at the bottom of the VIP exclusive, you see that purchase, 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 purchase. So if you want to just do the math and go through all those VIP levels, you can pretty much get an idea what I spent on this game. Cause that's the majority of where I spent was on these VIP purchases. Cause this particular survivor adds more stuff to your radar inventory, and the other one gives you, I forgot what she gives you. Let's see, because they both were great. Oh yeah, they increase your mark. She increases your mark size, and that person increases the number of chests that you earn from radar tasks when you maximize 6 per day. And they were worth getting it, so that's why I did it. So right now I'm at VIP 14, probably gonna be here for a while. If I get the VIP 15, I don't plan on buying this stuff because there's nothing special. It's just 10 blueprints. That's not worth it to me. So pretty much the same gift whenever I get to these. Now this I might consider just because it got some interesting stuff. It has like a exclusive. Yeah, it got more exclusive stuff. So I might consider getting that. That's now if it's not, I don't know how much it's gonna cost, but we'll see. This I'm not interested in. I don't care. But there is an exclusive base skin, and I project that I'll probably be VIP 18 probably in like the year 2035 maybe. So if this game is still around, maybe I'll get the VIP 18. So that's my VIP level. And then as far as the total hero power, or no, the report card. Yeah, let's go here. That's a better gauge. Everything is SSS, but it wasn't like this before. Again, check your report card to see where you're deficient at, and then you just work on it, and you can just maintain at that point. So it's pretty simple. All right, now the last thing I'm going to show you is the inventory. So now some of this stuff is for versus. That's why some of this stuff is not open yet, and some of this stuff is season specific. As you can see, I'm at my lowest amount of stamina in a long time. I've been using a lot of stamina for these monsters for this season, as well as greenifying our map. Like all this green that you see, I've been using stamina to do so. Matter of fact, I'm so OCD. I think I'm gonna apply some more greenery. Well, we don't see any right here. I don't see any patches of dirt anywhere. Yeah, but I've pretty much been using it for that. It costs like 10 stamina, and but you get rankings for that, by the way. Just to kind of give you a season 3 detour. Right now I'm 116th. I was down to like less than below 1,000, so I've done a lot. Now this person, he's super OCD, but there are rewards for finishing the top 100. So I'm trying to finish in the top 100 by the end of the week, and I get some stamina reimbursement for that, for all the stamina that I've used. So right now I'm a competitive person. What can I say? So yeah, so that's that. But let's go to the rest of the inventory here. So a lot of this stuff you can get from the Alliance store. All these arrow thrills, these are just from participating in versus. As long as you got them in your inventory, you'll still get the benefits of holding them in stock. I might try to just use these just to be using them. Got all these nameplates. Again, this is just trophy stuff. Still got some leftover transfer tickets, but I don't plan on transferring anytime soon. So that's why I have not continued to use them. And then the rest of this stuff is just stuff you accumulate over time. Just let me know if you got questions about any of this, but I've talked about all these other items here. All right, so resources. So diamonds, like I said, I'm healthier than I used to be. This is the most diamonds I've held at one time at any point in the game. That's what, 20,000, 90,000, and let's see, then another 890. Yeah, so this is the most that I've had in inventory at one time, because I used to be very impatient. Resources, got to make sure I redeem this oil here. So this right here kind of gives you a better idea. So my resources for food, the capacity is 752 million. Iron 702 million, gold 1.6 billion, and the rest of that other stuff is season specific. Now, it doesn't factor in the generic boxes. So if you factor in the generic boxes, that's another, whether it's if it's iron or gold, it's 6.2 billion, or iron or food. If it's gold, it's 3.7. And then for here, it'll be 32 million and 19 million. So really the majority of it is here. I think the rest of these get smaller. Let's see what this is. Yeah, 24 million, 40 million there, and that's 90 million, 54. So yeah, so like another 7 to 8 billion, or another 6 to 7 billion worth of stuff from generic chests. So it's not that hard to accumulate more resources if you're in an active alliance and you just participate daily. So the resources is less of an issue. Speed ups, they used to be way healthier than this, because I rushed through a bunch of buildings this past week, especially the generic ones. So again, you can check your inventory by going here. Right now I got 31 days worth of universal speed up. It used to be like over 100. Construction speed up used to be over 60 days. Now I'm down to 5. I just started accumulating those. Again, I got enough to finish my HQ next week, and by then I should have more speed ups hoarded by then, and there'll be less days that it'll cost me to finish that HQ. Research, starting to get better with that. That used to be dirt poor just because of the just not trying to finish up that level 31. I rushed myself through that as well. Just wanted to get HQ 31 unlocked, and those level 10 troops I used research for a lot for that. Training, I'm always low on that because I just like to fight. I like to do rallies. I like to challenge myself. And healing, we can only get those. They're limited, so those you don't really worry about those. The main thing is the first 3, the fourth one to an extent, but really it's the first 3. And I'm going to be using some universal speed ups today because I need to train more troops, because I only got an hour worth of training speed ups in my inventory. All right, the rest of this stuff here, I used to have a lot more than 927 generic shards, legendary shards. At one point, my high point was at 1,600-ish, but I hoard them for whenever I have a competitive versus opponent. And also if I need to get to my next threshold for my champs, my heroes. These tickets, of course, these survivor tickets are for day 2 versus next week. We got the rest of these here for these champs, and these are all the survivors there. So yeah, and then we got the gear. Finally got enough to get over that next threshold next week, so I'm looking forward to being at 150 for my drone. We'll see who we face next week. And then as far as the gear goes, we got 5 red gear, and we got several gear that are level 40 for each type and each of the heroes that they're tied into. And this stuff I need to recycle. And then my drone parts, I got level 9s. I got a few level 9s. I got some level 8s and some levels. So we got different ones. I think I've maximized the merging of those this week. So no more consolidation this week. And then this here, that's a special tab for season. I think that should cover everything. Yeah. So yeah. So it's been a year. Only been on the game for a year. We'll see where I am a year from now. Assuming I'm still on the game, like I said, I don't have a reason to not be on the game at this point in time, because the channel is growing. I do appreciate all the support. I've had some of you guys reached out for me for collaborations. I'm not ignoring you. I'm a very busy man. I'll reach out because I know I've had some opportunities thrown here and there. And so I just want to let you know I haven't forgot about you. So I am on Discord. You can hit me up there. Hit me up as if you send me a friend request, I probably won't accept it, but you can just send me a message and I can respond to it. And we'll go from there. But yeah, guys, that is the account tour. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, just like I said, just take the hard lessons that I learned. Just be more efficient with the diamonds and the money. Because if you're efficient on the other stuff, you don't have to spend. So that's it, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'll talk to you later.